Jacob
I'm Yuri.
and E are going for a drive.
'23 Audi Q4 Etron.
Sportback without launch control.
Slammed my head back and then did nothing. All right.
Yeah, it's totally appropriate.
Horsepower and torque.
295 horsepower, 339 pound-feet of torque from 2 electric motors and a 77 kilowatt-hour battery.
So this is the fancy ID4.
Yes, and I would like to get into the fact that I think the Volkswagen ID4 is the worst car I've driven in my entire life.
So then is this the luxurious worst car you've ever driven in your life?
We're about to find out in this video, but I will say that the bar is set so low with the ID4 that basically anything is better. So yeah, this is definitely better than the ID4 already, because we can actually use this infotainment. It's actually useful.
Oh yeah, it's got like hard buttons for climates. It's not that one with like sliders and all the weird stuff that Volkswagen's doing. And then they turned back on it. They're like, oh, it turns out people want illuminated and hard buttons on the steering wheel, so we'll change that. You're welcome, everybody. We did that.
Yes, so they're getting rid of all that stuff for the Volkswagens. The Audis, nobody said anything. These touch buttons on the steering wheel are okay.
Yeah, even though they're black capacitor stuff.
Yeah, so let's see what this does through Cliche Corner. All it does today is understeer.
It's wet.
It is wet right now, but yeah, it's just understeering. This car feels quite heavy as well. And yeah, it handles okay, not very great. That's about it. But it does feel better in terms of suspension than the ID4. Literally everything about this is better than the ID4. Let's start with the window switches. I have 4 of them for all 4 windows.
I forgot.
Yeah, so that's already way better. The next major thing is that it actually looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I really like the front end, the way everything goes around and looks. I think Audis look nice, and I love this is a friggin' coupe.
Yeah, well, it's a Sportback.
Sportback coupe SUV.
Yeah, you can also get this as a regular SUV, which I would recommend, but I still think both versions look way better than an ID4.
Coupe.
And the next thing that's way better is this has an appropriate amount of power. That ID4 was so slow. We did drive the rear-wheel drive single-motor one.
Since then they put out a all-wheel drive dual motor. And then this is all-wheel drive dual motor, but it can also have a single motor that has longer range.
Yes, I think in the States only. I think we only get the Quattro all-wheel drive in Canada.
What's the range for this?
This one is rated at 380 kilometers.
Of electric driving?
Yes, and I did try to charge this at 5 different charging stalls at 2 different locations. One was completely broken, Petro Canada.
And that you called them?
I called them and they said, sorry, we can't turn this on for you. I said, what would you suggest that I do? They told me over the phone to go to a different EV charging station, which means they are telling me to go to a different gas station because it's Petro Canada, which is a gas/electric company provider.
And then what about Electrify Canada?
So I went there. I went to the first charging stall, which is 350 kilowatts, the fastest charging. This one is not capable of the 800-volt architecture, so it can't actually charge that fast. However, I only got 42 kilowatts out of that one. I knew something was up, so then I went to the next charging stall, which was right beside it. It was 150. That one just did not work. So I drove to the next one right beside it, and that one finally worked, and I got a maximum of, I think, 56 kilowatts.
So you charge
from
faster.
a 150 kilowatt charger.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so charging just never really works out for me. I'm sorry, I try it every time. I want to make sure that it works. I did have to actually charge this because the range isn't that great in the winter.
Yeah, and especially like considering since last year we did all those electric cars, like they haven't added any more charging stations or anything anywhere. So like
they haven't maintained the existing ones.
Let's
either.
just say if you're planning on using electric chargers on your routes, if you buy an electric car, that's not the good idea.
Yeah, just be prepared to possibly have to tow your car or plug in at a regular outlet for 12 hours or something and maybe get 6 kilometers. Like, yeah, we're just not really there with electric cars. We're just really not with the infrastructure.
But they announced that new GM thing being built in Ontario.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be fun for when your FedEx package is stuck on the side of the road and not being able to charge.
Yeah, they're actually going to have to plug in at your house and maybe get a discount.
Hey, man, do you have a level 2 charger? I really just need a couple quick kilometers.
Yeah.
And then as for me, I tried to charge this car at an IV charger. The IV charger didn't work after I put the $25 on my account, but then I called IV and they said they would refund that money back to my credit card. So That's nice. And I wanted to try the stall next to me, but a guy on a Polestar showed up, and he had no idea that you couldn't tap the credit card. So I told him you have to download the app. He downloaded the Canadian Tire app because we were at Canadian Tire. Then he downloaded the Ivy Charger app that showed up at a sponsored thing. And I'm like, no, you need to download the Ivy Charger app. And then I showed him how to sign up for an account and put in his credit card, and it worked for him. Then I went to try to charge at the Flow at Sherway, and there was a guy in a Jeep icing the fast charger and the Chidemo stall, even though his Jeep can't take that outlet. And I had to tell the guy, I'd be like, that's not cool. And he's like, I'm waiting in line. And I'm like, that's not how it works. And I told him to go park somewhere else. And a lady in Ioniq came. So I felt bad charging up my car when I know she needed it too. And I was just doing it for fun for a video. So now there's guilt attached to charging.
But at the charging station, you were able to adjust your target on the infotainment to where you could charge to. So we set it to 80 pretty easily, except you had to like unintuitively click and then slide.
Yeah, but this infotainment is really, really good. It's like literally just not even in the same league as the ID4. Like that was just brutal.
Yeah.
And like you said, the hard buttons are all really good. We all have this like volume slider slash
that doesn't
thing.
bother me at all.
No, exactly. And then we have a ton of gloss black, which kind of
doesn't bother me at all because Audi buyers would love that. Trust me.
This car isn't expensive enough, and you're gonna have kids in here and stuff. We also have our drive mode selector down here, so we do have a bunch of drive modes: efficiency, comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. This one does not have adaptive dampers or anything like that, so individual is kind of wasted.
We do have a B mode on the shifter though.
Yes.
Is B for boost?
No, it's for regenerative
braking,
braking, which we can actually also adjust with the paddles, which is really nice. So there's 3 levels of regen with the paddles, and I really like that.
Turn it all the way off. And then if you just hold your left paddle.
Nope.
No.
No.
That kind of lame. Got a missed opportunity there, I think.
That's okay.
So how do you get that boost mode to work that I see on the gauge clusters that looks oh so tempting?
I believe that you have to be at a higher charge rate than we are right now. We're at 58% after I've already charged it once today to 80%, and we haven't really driven that much today.
So I read on a forum, which may be incorrect, but it says you need to be at a certain temperature and above 88% battery, which, you know, looking at chargers out on the public, unless you're charging at home, it's not really possible.
Yeah, and I can see like the green bar where the boost mode percentage is kind of fluctuating as we're driving a little bit, but it won't go to like full boost ever. So,
yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, I really like how quick this is because ID4 was way too slow, Taycans and stuff way too fast. This is great. Like, I don't feel sick. This is the right amount of electric power, I think.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's all the things I really want to talk about. I really like how this thing drives and everything, but there's a lot more to say with this, especially with the looks. Let's get you into the driver's seat.
Into the driver's seat. Ready?
Ready. Ooh. That's pretty good.
All right. Not offensive, not crazy, just
don't feel like throwing up. It's great.
Just chill. And then I noticed getting in, we've got the summer mats in here.
Yeah, you're going to want to get a set of TuxMat for this car. So go to tuxmat.com/TheStraightPipes because as of right now, the mats are coming soon. So make sure you click on email when available or follow TuxMat on Instagram to keep up with their latest product additions, and you won't miss the free giveaways that they also do on Instagram. Also follow us as well because, I mean, we're going to also promote those giveaways.
Yeah, you can also get TuxMat for non-Q4 Etrons.
Yes, you can. So head to that link below so that you can see what they have for your car.
Awesome Christmas gift. Christmas coming up in case you forgot something for someone you love.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what else about this car? Looks-wise, doesn't it kind of look like a GL C63 coupe, a little bit in black?
Ish, sort of from the back, kind of.
Okay, the taillights on this, super cool, sequential, all that stuff. And then when you put it in park, I saw the lights do a cool little dance. So I really, really like that.
Audi really likes to play with their lighting, and I think they do a really good job with exterior lighting.
Body lines are pretty good, nice and chill. Got some good like things over like the wheel fender, and I like these wheels a whole lot.
Yeah, the wheels are really nice. They don't look electric-y at all.
They're just good. And then what would be the Continental recommended tire for an e-Tron Q4?
The Viking Contact 7 for the winter.
Winter.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it to start snowing.
Are you?
Yeah, I like driving in the winter.
I mean, it's pretty fun.
Floridians, you wouldn't know about this, but it's pretty sweet.
It's like driving in the rain, but actually fun.
With tires, with tread.
Yes.
I don't think people in Florida have tires with tread.
No. Apparently, people in like California and Alabama and stuff, they don't.
Because it never rains.
Yeah.
Like what happened?
Yeah.
Did you see that there was a video in California of like trucks falling off on ramps on each other in the rain? I'll show you.
Wow. Get a good set of Continental tires so that doesn't happen to you.
And then, yeah, front end looks cool. Headlights, like nothing special. And then if you pop the hood, you can see electric motor stuff.
Yeah, there's no Frunk.
Yeah, are you offended by the no frunk?
I mean, it'd be nice if there was one.
Apparently, I think I saw somewhere that someone reported that nobody ever uses the frunks in their electric cars. So they, I mean, like, I think big hood ones. Like, I'm not talking 911s.
I did see European Automotive posting that they actually installed like a motor actuated system on some guy's Tesla Model Y, so that he just presses a button and it opens and closes.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
So people do use them.
But like, what was like? There's like some Hyundais with like Ioniq with a huge hood that you have to lift.
Yeah.
And there's a little, like, why would you ever use that?
Exactly. I guess maybe for like your charging cables, if you're not going to put anything else in there.
Charging cable bags are like pretty big.
Yeah, just make them big enough for that.
So overall, love the looks.
I think it's great.
Better than an ID4.
Way better than the ID4, considering like that's its platform mate. This is gorgeous, almost. And some of the stuff on the interior, look at this brushed aluminum. This looks fantastic.
Yeah, that looks really cool. The thing that I like the most is the shape of the steering wheel, how it's like a
Squircle?
Squircle, yeah. Squircle me all day, baby.
It's kind of electric-y, but also not.
And then I noticed that the driving, I guess, the brake pedal is a little bit weird.
It is.
Like, it's not perfectly smooth, but it's also not deal breaker to me. Like,
yeah,
it's just okay enough.
It's noticeable, but it's not deal breaker.
It's not as bad as a Mercedes C300. And they just announced that new E63.
S63.
Okay, wasn't that wasn't E63?
Bro, that was an S63.
Oh. Okay, I can guarantee you it's going to have a weird brake pedal.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't think they can screw up that car.
Hybrid Mercedes, there's no chance.
Well, because it's all the new stuff that's coming out, the E-Performance stuff.
It's going to be bad.
I don't know. They can't screw up the C63, the E63, the S63. That'd be bad.
I got a feeling. And then we got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Apple CarPlay will work wirelessly as well, so that's cool. And then I guess, yeah, normal infotainment stuff. Do we have 360 camera?
No, we don't. We have a pretty decent backup camera.
You know, a Sentra can have a 360 camera.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is not a base model.
And more expensive than a Sentra, I think?
Significantly.
And then how about our radar cruise lane keep, Jacob?
It was really good on the highway, no complaints. It actually works for a pretty decent amount of time as long as you have your hand kind of just resting there.
Okay, cup holders. Looks like it'll fit a small cup perfectly. We got a lot of cool cubbies and stuff for things. And then visors.
Let's find out.
Don't rip them off. Usually Audis go flying. 3, 2, 1.
Good job. Full pass. Oh, I think I turned on the light now. Oh, there we go.
And then trunk room, pretty decent. Nothing fancy back there, but also not the worst. Seats can all fold down, so that's nice.
Yeah, but just get the regular one.
Don't get the regular one.
Get the regular one if you want the utility of an SUV.
No, this looks way cooler. Because you know what? They don't really make like cars that are coupé in electric yet.
No, like coupes.
They just make SUVs that are electric.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the best you're going to get.
Well, so the back seat room actually suffers for myself at 6'1.5". My head actually touches the roof because it's a Sportback.
Don't be 6'1.5".
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Damn it. I should have thought of that.
Yeah, well, and I guess to end off with this nice big sunroof, there's not much left to talk about. Is it time we get to the price?
I think it is.
Hit me with it.
I was waiting for that. The base model starts at $59,950
Canadian.
and this one is $76,440.
So why would I get this over an ID4?
Because of all the reasons I listed in the beginning of this video. And on top of that, if you stick to a base model, if you don't option out an ID4 into like a dual motor one, you're still better off with this because of all the things I said in the beginning of this video.
So go to tsb.truecar.com, buy a Q4 Etron instead of an ID4.
Yes, or if you're shopping for an ID4, maybe you can't get your hands on one because the wait times are too long, just get this instead.
And markups maybe. With
Exactly.
markups it might be the same price.
That's true.
All right. Thanks guys for watching. Buy some Continental tire, buy some TuxMat, go to tsb.truecar.com.
See you next video.
Maybe subscribe if you want.
Yeah, hit the notification bell, watch our shorts. See you next video.